Hey friends, this is your friend Scotty Nichols. I've got a quick message for you today. Two quotes, and I'll kind of tie those together into one cohesive message, I hope. Albert Einstein was once commenting on infinity, and he said that two things in his mind were possibly infinite. The first was the universe, and the second was human stupidity. And then he said, I'm not sure if the first is infinite, as if he were alluding to that human stupidity was an infinite cause. The second is by a man named Mandino, and when he said that you are the greatest miracle in the universe. Now, how do I tie those together? I want you to understand that when I say that you are the greatest miracle in the universe, it's because of what you are as a human being. And as human beings, we occupy a very unique position in the beings and creations that are on this earth. As far as we know, we are sentient beings. We can look to the future. We can look to the past. We can plan for the future. We have the ability to remake ourselves, regardless of some of the older thoughts on psychology that many people thought it was just the first couple years of our life made us what we are, and then we were unchangeable. We absolutely know that is false, that people have had brain injuries and their brains have remade themselves. We know that people have, by force of will and intellect, have created themselves into a very different image than what they were from a psychological, from an intellectual, even a physical standpoint. Your abilities are incredible. And we are only beginning to understand that the brain is such a powerful instrument, that there are some miraculous things going on that we cannot yet understand of how it shapes our reality. So I would like you to understand that. And when I say, and I use the quote of Albert Einstein saying that stupidity was infinite, I only mean that in the standpoint that we are creatures of habit. And if we are going to be slaves to our habits, it would behoove us to realize the power of our brain and to realize that if we're going to be slaves to habits, we must choose good ones if we want to find prosperity, happiness, and more abundance in our lives. It's an absolutely crucial thing that, you look at human beings and we are so alike, but that yet we are so different in our likes and in our abilities. But then we see people who have been in some of the most adverse conditions change themselves to an incredible position in life. And conversely, we've seen people who have had everything given to them, who had everything, and because of their habits, they digressed into some of the lowest levels of depravity and unhappiness. So where I'm going with this is, when I say you're a miracle, realize the great power that you have within yourself. We must often be patient, even though we're doing the right things on a daily basis. But if we continue to do the right things, we most often will reap the benefits in our lives, because habits drive who we are. And when I say that we are potentially stupid, just realize that it's because we aren't conscientiously driving this incredible engine that we have and controlling the power. Imagine if you had a semi-truck just loaded down, traveling 120 miles an hour down the road without a driver. The potential for destruction is undeniable. Likewise with our brain, if we choose the path of least resistance in our thoughts and in our actions, there must be a path, but it may not be the best path. So my encouragement to you today is to realize that, to conscientiously take control and use your brain to make yourself better. The old saying in the scriptures is a man is as he thinks, and also be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. These principles have been around in scriptures and in philosophy for many years, that most of it starts here because of the uniqueness of our brains. I encourage you to get up earlier, to take time when there's no distractions, that you can focus and plan. I encourage you to start putting your social media down if you know you're addicted, and you do know if you're addicted or not. And it's your choice and it's your habit to steer away from that. We don't have to fall into that trap. Again, friends, just some broad strokes, some broad principles. You're powerful. You're more powerful than you think. You are the greatest miracle in this universe, and you have the ability to shape yourself by your habits. This is your friend Scotty Nichols. I'll see you at the top.